Hey Taurus, Happy New Year. I'm Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome. If the first time you've been here, I hope you stick around and see if there's something of value here that you like. And if you do, please give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment to let me know. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, I really appreciate you. You are helping me grow my channel, and I am so grateful. I really am. I wanted to try something different for 2019 for the year ahead, and I wanted to take a look at the outer planets as opposed to using the moon, which moves quickly. The outer planets pretty much stay in the same sign for the whole year for the most part. And so how do those energies affect us? They affect us on a global scale, and they also affect us in our chart. Sometimes they affect us because they're at a 90-degree angle to something and they trigger something. Sometimes it'll be at 180 degree, which is an opposition, or sometimes it'll be in a conjunction when it's like right on top of us within like 8 degrees. And so depending on where they fall in your chart. And so while you're listening today, I'm doing this with the intention for sun, moon, and rising of Taurus, but I want you to really listen to how does this apply in your life? How does this affect you? Because it depends on which planets are interacting. Nobody has the same chart. And so for something like that, you would really want to have your chart done, right? And so here we go. I'm going to bring you down here and let's take a look at the cards. All right, here we go. So start with Saturn. Not Saturn, we're starting with Jupiter. Jupiter, it does a 12-month orbit, and so it'll be in Sagittarius, which is its home sign for the next 12 months. And so let's see, Jupiter likes to expand things. It likes to take something and make it larger, more expansive. I guess expansive is really the best word for it. And so how can you use this energy? How can Taurus best utilize this energy? Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising in their life this year to their highest and their greatest good. What is the advice that we can get? And I'm using the Sacred Power cards from Atlanta Fairchild. I'm not Atlanta Fairchild, they're from Anna Stark. And we have self-love. Taurus. We have self-love. This is what you need to expand this year. This is what you need to work on. You need to work on loving yourself. Taurus gives and gives and gives, and they work hard. They work so hard, and they're always trying to provide for everybody, and they're always trying to build, resources and take care of everyone, and they forget to take care of themselves. Sometimes the self-love can come in the form of taking better care of your health. Sometimes this can come in the form of just in general understanding that your value, your worth in this world does not revolve around your bank account, does not revolve around how many toys you have. It is you, the person. Love yourself. And sometimes the key to self-love is forgiving yourself. Like I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. That's because we're human. So what? Love yourself anyway. Love yourself. And so love yourself, forgive yourself, and take care of yourself is kind of the watchword for the year for you. It's going to be self-care. All right. So Saturn's about boundaries. Saturn is also in its home sign of Capricorn this year. And it likes to say, hey, here are the rules, here are the guidelines you need to play by. And so let's just see what kind of guidance we can get to help Taurus, sun, moon, and rising make the best use of theirs. And you have reverence, kindness, and consideration, love, and compassion. Again, Saturn and Jupiter are telling you to love yourself. Use the compassion on yourself. Use the kindness and the reverence. Value yourself. It is not about how much money you make. It is not about how many toys you have. It is not about how productive you are. It is about you, the person, and all the beautiful, wonderful things about you, and just how kind and compassionate and gentle you really are. So reward yourself for your good attributes by recognizing them and really putting emphasis on them and turning all that time and attention that you give to everybody else around you onto yourself. The bulls are the workhorses, right? They haul the plows around, and the cows are constantly nurturing and giving of themselves. They give milk until they don't have anything left to give. And so this year, Taurus, take care of yourself. You've got Uranus moving into your sign, and we're going to get to that in a minute, but that's going to be huge. Okay, so Chiron is between, so you can see Saturn with the naked eye, but you can't see Uranus. And so between the seen and the unseen, there is Chiron. And Chiron is, the mythology is, it was a centaur. The centaurs were, archers, like Sagittarius, right? The archers. And this one was immortal. And he had all this wisdom accumulated from being alive for so long. And so people would come to him for healing. He had this amazing ability to heal. And he had all this higher knowledge and wisdom that he was a teacher, and he shared and he gave and he healed. And he also was a warrior. And so in battle, he got shot in his heel, which is your Achilles heel, and he couldn't heal it. And so, because it's between the seen and the unseen, it's a wound that we sometimes see, but we don't see all of it until we get hit in, and then the pain is so intense, right? And so, because he was immortal, he couldn't die, and the pain was excruciating. He couldn't heal himself. And so, the mythology is that Zeus put him as a asteroid up in this heaven. So he took him out of his earthly body and gave him a heavenly body, right? And so, where do we need to heal this year? And I could tell right now it's going to be in your heart and self-love, but let's see if we get anything else that's going to be triggered from this. Chiron is in Pisces, but it moves into Aries on February 18th. And so that moving from one sign to the other might trigger something with you. It's going to move into what is your 12th house of hopes, goals, and dreams and aspirations, and your higher learning and your higher self. And oh my God, I love it. And for you, you will be the phoenix rising from the ashes. I think that it's been a really hard road with it here in Pisces, this water sign of all this deep emotional water for the past 3 or 4 years. And now you have the opportunity to love yourself enough to rise from the ashes and reinvent yourself. Taurus, that is such amazing, powerful. This is, oh my gosh, this is amazing energy. I'm so excited for you. Finally, Taurus, you have been having such a rough go, and finally, this is your year to turn things around, but you've got to do it by this isn't about turning things around in the outer manifestation of the physical, financial aspects. This is about turning it around on yourself, focusing on yourself and loving yourself, and all the tenacity that you have in this. Use that to improve your health. Use that to take care of yourself. Use that to find ways to love yourself, because Uranus is moving into your sign on March 6th, and that's going to maybe possibly shake your world up. And so you have got to, sometimes shaking your world is a good thing. Maybe it'll shake you out of this rut of, like, I'm just a workaholic, into this rut of I'm a human being, and I get, into the light of I'm a human being, and I can do things, and I can be something, and I can enjoy life. And maybe that is what this shakeup is going to do for you. But let's just see what kind of guidance we get as this transit happens. And you have the Sage. It's Jupiter. The truth will set you free. When you see the truth of who you are and how wonderful you are, and the wisdom, Jupiter, remember, wants you to expand self-love. So when you do that, when you see your worth, when you see your value, when you know that it is not tied to your material capacities, when you realize that it is not about that, but it is about being kind and compassionate and loving, when it's about the gentleness and the reverence that you treat yourself and others with, when you see that those are the things that really, really matter, then you will rise from the ashes. You will expand your life in a very positive direction. That is what your kind of mission, it feels like a mission this year for Taurus. Your mission is to love yourself and to treat yourself in not a selfish way, but with a compassionate and caring heart, and to understand, to truly begin to believe that you are so worthy and you are so worthwhile, and people flock to you. You guys are very magnetic, and people, but I think sometimes Taurus thinks it's because I have all this wealth and they want to be like me. No, it's because of the inner light that you have. That's what attracts most people to you. Not everyone. There are false people out there. Okay, I lost track again, so here we're going to go. This card came from The Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. This came from Heal Yourself, from Inna Segal. She does our color cards. This is from your Sacred Wealth card from the Permalee Gray deck. And this is the angels of Atlantis for Neptune, because Neptune is very watery, it's emotional, and Neptune is also in its sign. So we have a lot of planets, and Mars today on January 1st just moved into its sign. It's like all these planets are like hanging out where they're most comfortable. And so this is a lot of potent energy. And then we have this new moon in Capricorn happening on Saturday, and it's going to be with that eclipse, it's going to shoot it out for like 6 months. And so there's a lot of focus that can be put into creating what you want. And so Neptune in Pisces, that's about your debt for you would be in your 11th house of groups and group activities and how you're viewed by groups. Okay, so again, this is about this self-love, this self-knowing, this rising from the ashes, from this knowing that you are of value to a group, and it's not based on your monetary value. And it's about you having to show patience with groups. Okay, that is how you're going to best navigate the watery emotional energy of Pisces as it's of Neptune as it transits. Where is the heck is it? No, it's in Pisces all year. So you're gonna find that you're gonna have to have patience with others, but I think patience with yourself. I think it's going to be important that you just you can be some of the most patient people I know, but this patience needs to not just be something that you're acting, but I think it's something that you need to feel. I think you need to feel the patience. I think you need to delve into the compassion and the love, and just be patient with yourself. Okay, so you don't get everything right every time, and neither does anyone else. That's part of being human. And so learn to love the fact that you're human. Learn to be patient with yourself and compassionate with yourself. All right, Pluto. Pluto is about the deep transformations in our life, and it's in Capricorn, which is all about boundaries and limitations, and it's a fellow earth sign, and you're very comfortable with that. Well, Pluto is going to make some kind of a transformation in everybody's life. And so where is this going to affect you? How can you best use these energies? How can you best use these energies to your best and highest good? Okay, from Alana Fairchild, The Sacred Rebels, we have conscious connections. This is choosing. This is choosing who is in your life. And this is choosing to be connected to yourself. But this is really choosing your soul family. This is really like, okay, I want these people in my life because they understand the value and the worth of me as a person. And they help me feel valuable as a person. You really need to focus on that. Oh my gosh. And you also have the power of attraction. You have the ability to transform your life by bringing people into your world this year who really appreciate you for you and help you to appreciate and love yourself. That is what you need to be focused on this year. Who loves you for who you are, not for what you have and what you can give. And love yourself for who you are, not for what you have, what you give, what you can create. You can create wealth. Taurus is very good at that. That's not the problem here. The problem is creating your sense of self-worth, which is not monetary, which is not physical, which is not tied to that. That is tied to your character and to your heart. That's where your real value is. That's where everybody's real value is, and it isn't just you. But for you, I think, Taurus, that you struggle with that. I think that is a big struggle in the lives of most Tauruses that I know. So for practical guidance, and you're an earth sign and you get this. I'm a earth sign rising, and to me it's important. Practical guidance. I went to the Angels of Abundance from Doreen and Grant Virtue. But they're saying, don't be practical. Dream. Dream of abundance. I know you're thinking, I know, I want to create wealth. No. This is the abundance of the soul. This is the abundance of the love. This is the abundance of the self-worth. This is your mission for the year. You are on a mission to fall in love with yourself. And when you love yourself unconditionally, and when you forgive yourself for being human, when you learn to do these things for yourself, when you have patience with yourself, then like attracts like. And then that's when you bring these people into your world that feel this way about you, that genuinely get it. It's okay. It's okay to love and nurture and care for yourself. And I really hope that this year you make that your priority. For a little more guidance on that, I'm using the Gateway Oracle cards from Denise Lynn. Taurus, this is really sweet energy that I'm feeling, and I'm very hopeful for you. I'm very hopeful for you that this is the turning point for you, from this sense of I'm not. I got to push myself. I got to do better. I got to work harder. No, you are amazing the way you are. Look for the good in what you are and who you are. And oh my God, if you don't see this, here it is. Opening to love. And this love right here, this is self-love, and this is love apparently in a partnership, because you're attracting people too. Okay, so there's both of these cards have two people in them. This is you're bringing in your soul, family, soulmate. It could be a friendship, or it could be romantic, or it could be someone in your family you're finally opening up to. It doesn't matter. It's love. And that's what you need the most. You need self-love. That's your mission. You're supposed to expand your self-love this year. And Jupiter says so. And Saturn, about limits and boundaries, goes, oh, no. Yeah, no, it's about love. It's love. And you will be the phoenix rising from the ashes. If you have been, and most Tauruses have been, kind of sad and lonely feeling lately, you are going to love yourself right up out of that mess. And when you do, then you will attract that in. That's excellent. All right, so I will be back here on Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 5th, 2019, for the new moon in Capricorn solar eclipse. Impressive energy coming from this, and it will last out for 6 months. It's impressive because we have so many planets right there in Capricorn. We have so much going on in that Capricorn area right now. There's so much energy that this is really an opportunity. So what I like to suggest is that you get a piece of paper and you physically write. Don't use your computer. Don't use your iPad. Sit down and write with pen and paper, and write your goals. And for you, I hope that your goals are of nurturing things. Like goals. I am doing it in an I am statement. I am more loving to myself. I am a caregiver of myself. I am worthy of the love that I bring into my life. I am abundant. I am powerful. I am forgiving. I am kind. I am considerate. It's the I am statements. Okay, so I want you to write those out. And then on the back side, I want you to write, I am grateful for the people in my life. I am grateful for my financial situation. I'm grateful, whatever you're grateful for. Be sure to thank the universe for, give them the gratitude, and then they bring more in, okay? And then burn it. Turn it over to God. Release it, okay? And so you'll want to do this on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, because it's got like 72 hours where this energy is really potent. And so you can really set yourself up, and you can really move yourself forward. And so this looks like a really powerful year for you, Taurus, to love yourself. Love yourself. That is it. Self-love. You've got self-love. You've got the phoenix rising from the ashes. And when you love yourself, then that creates the power of attraction. So open yourself up to love. Dare to dream for abundance. All right. I will see you back here. Have a great 2019, Taurus. It's looking really sweet. Really is.